Hi, it's Sarah here, and it's the summer holidays approaching fast, and I have put together some series of videos which I'm going to send out to you over the course of the next 5 to 6 weeks, and it's really to help you get some good daily Pilates practice in, even if you don't make the classes. So as my members, you will get to receive a weekly Pilates video, and it will be a mixture, lots of different exercises, just targeting different areas of the body depending on where you want to work more on, and also it's just to support your classes as well. So if you miss a week, don't worry, I'm here to send you some videos over straight into your inbox, and you can follow me. It'll be 5 or 10 minutes long maximum, and you can save the videos and just work out whenever you get a chance. So we're going to aim now for a little warm-up. I'm going to get you to come onto your back and lie down. And we're going to start with some gentle abdominal preps. So we're going to breathe in, let's curl under the rib cage, breathe out, and then roll down. Just gently picking the back of the head and shoulders, reach the fingertips forwards, bring the eyes down into the centre, and let the spine lengthen back down again. Good. So we're going to do a couple of these, reaching forwards, and then I'm going to get you to hold it here and bring the knees into the chest, legs into tabletop, and we're going to go into the 100. Reach up with the arms, eyes into the centre, pulsing the arms, 5 breaths in, 5 breaths out. Long legs, if we can reach the legs long, stay in the powerhouse. Long thighs, but nice and soft, inner thighs connecting. Take those legs as low as you stay connecting into the powerhouse. Keep that nose reaching forwards into the navel. Keep tips of the shoulder blades resting on the mat, and pulse those arms. So we're going to have 10 breaths here, vigorously pulsing those arms. If you need to pop your head back, pop it down onto the mat and really connect into those ribs. Good. Keep going. Keep pulsing those arms. Strong long arms, strong legs but soft thighs. Feel the centre working, and rest it down with the knees in. Let the head and shoulders come down. Place the feet flat on the mat, the arms extended. Let's take a nice lengthening breath in, and we're going to curl the tailbone off the mat, and we're going to reach the tailbone up, rolling up through the spine as we feel the shoulders into the mat, breathing in here, and melt the spine down. Let that back really open up. Let the bones of the spine really lengthen and melt into the mat. And again, let's connect the centre as we lift the tail. Feel the back of the pelvis lift and start to roll the vertebra off. Breathing in at the top. Lift the chest plate. Let the back of the neck stay nice and long, and then roll down. Nice and slowly. Feel as if you're rolling down the centre of your back. I want you to feel as if both sides of the waistline are staying equal as the waistline lengthens. And we'll do one more little curl up, rolling up through the spine. Really feeling those ribs connect down. Tailbone higher than the bottom rib cage as we lift up. Lift and open the hips. Feel the stretch through the front of the thighs. And then slowly roll the spine down, nice and slowly. Let that tailbone stay high as you reach. Get the sit bones to almost kiss the backs of your heels as you bring the hips down. Good. Now reach the legs nice and long for roll up. If you need to use the backs of your thighs to come up, let the bones stay connected to the mat as the arms come over. We bring the arms forwards, lift the back of the head and shoulders. We're going to bring the chin towards the chest, and we're going to close the rib cage as we roll up slowly, and then take the arms forwards. Good. Now breathing out, roll back. Send the sit bones forwards, send them forwards and underneath, let them roll underneath you. Reach the spine out of the pelvis. Give your feet a flex, point the toes up to sky and reach out, zipping those inner thighs up, and then lowering the spine down, open up. Now I'm going to do 2 or 3 here, just for the purpose of this video, but if you want to aim for 5 of these, okay, really nice quality. If you need to use the backs of your thighs to come down, we keep that lovely C-shaped curve, and we let the back melt down. So you might need a bit of help to come down. You also might need a little bit of help to come back up again. So we come forwards with the arms, connect under the ribs, use the backs of the thighs if you need to, and then come forwards, press the heels and the sit bones away, eyes into the centre. And then remember that two-way stretch, the oppositional stretch. I want you to reach the fingertips forwards, but keep the heels and the sit bones pressing away, lifting the abdominals back, centering the spine onto the mat, and then rolling back, and then let the spine open up. Bringing both arms onto the side of the body. I'm going to get you to roll over now onto your side, and we're going to target the legs and the hips. So you can either come into a sideline position with the elbow underneath your shoulder, making sure you're supporting and lifting under the rib cage, and it really helps to activate the muscles around the centre. And I want you to bring the bottom leg forward so you've got more of an angle in the bottom leg, stretching the top leg away and feeling that reach out of the waistline. The top hand can either rest in front or just come out onto the hip. And we're just going to lift and lower, and I want you to push the heel away so we're active in the bottom. And we're just going to lift and lower and feel the work into the hips, the back of the hips, as we press the leg out. Now, watch that the shoulders aren't collapsing forwards. Let the chest and the hips stay forwards and keep that length in the top line of the body. Okay, let's take this now into a single leg kick, or sorry, a side leg kick, as we kick the leg forwards, and then we're going to reach it back. And I want you to feel, as we move through the hip, we can extend and open that hip up, working again back into those glutes. Keep lifting this bottom rib cage up. If you've got any tension or any soreness in the shoulder, you can bring it down into a sideline position. Okay, long arm. So we come, let's do 4 more. Now keep lifting off that rib cage so we're not collapsing this bottom waistline. It's a lot of work in that powerhouse. And then we're going to reach the leg back, and we're going to add some circles. I want you to circle from the bottom. Feel the hips stretch as you circle. Try and keep that integrity in that upper body as we stay lifted. And then reverse the circle. Round we go. Reach. Feel those hips working. Feel the glutes tightening. Good. And again, last 2, last 1. And hold it still. Press the heel away and bend the knee over the other knee. Okay. Stretch the arm long now. And we're going to bring this top leg in towards the chest. And I'm just going to stretch my bottom leg out. So I want you to reach nice and long, and we're going to lift and lower that bottom leg. So we're going to target the inner thighs of that bottom leg. I want you to keep your big toe in line with your heel, and I want you to feel the work high up that leg, that inside leg. And just feel the hip lift up and lower, and you're pressing the heel away, keeping that big toe on the same line as the heel. So lifting and lower. Let's do 2 more. Okay, so it really gives this hip a nice stretch as well, and lower it down. Okay, we're going to roll over onto the other side, do the same on the other leg. So we're going to take the elbow under the shoulder, nice open chest, keeping the waistline long, bending the bottom knee in front and stretching the top leg out. Now make sure you're squaring the hips and the shoulders and pressing out long from the hip. And we start with a lift and a lower. And make sure you feel the work into the back of the hip as you lift and lower. Keep reaching that sit bone, this top line away. So really getting into this strong connection in the hip, and also this lift under the rib cage, chest open, with a big smile on your face. Good. Okay, keep opening up that hip as you lift the leg and lower. We'll do 2 more. Try not to collapse into that shoulder, and again, if you need to lengthen the arm away, you can lie yourself down on your side. Let's kick forwards. So reach forwards with that top leg now and reach back. And again, what I want you to feel for is that there's a stretch down the front of this hip, And you can either just pop that hand in front of the hip to keep it square. This kind of sometimes keeps a good guide to keep those hips square. Or you can just keep that hand on top of the hip, feeling the work in that top waistline and lifting off that bottom rib cage. Let's stretch the leg now. Feel the hip open as we circle the leg. Feel the work in the hip. Believe me, I can feel that work already. Let's do 2 more. Last one, and reverse it through. Watch you not collapsing this upper body. So the key here is to stay strong in the powerhouse as we get the movement in the hip. I've definitely got a weaker side this side, I can feel it. Okay, and then rest that leg down. Lower yourself down, okay, and we're going to bring the top leg out in front, stretching the bottom leg out, and we're just going to give this a nice stretch and a rest while we lift and lower that bottom leg. And again, watch the neck, keep the head reaching up the mat. If you need to just bring the head down, then do so, but stay strong in that upper body and just reach up. And again, the foot stays parallel, so we're working at the top of the inner thigh, not the ankle. Keep lifting, eyes forwards, draw the shoulders into the back. Okay, so this leg's really needing a rest. I can feel that work in my hip already. Let's do 2 more. Last one. Good, and lower down. Okay, we're going to roll over onto our front now, and I want you to place your hands into your forehead, or forehead onto your hands, and I want you to roll your heels in. So we're finding the backs of the thighs and the inner thighs. Elbows are wide and shoulders into the back. Forehead down, stretch the front of the thighs off the mat, and we're going to heel beat, keeping the shoulders relaxed and connected in. And just keep squeezing and little heel beats here. Straight legs, stretch the thighs long. Feel the space all down the front of the hip. And then we're going to add in 2 circles side by side. So come in and over, out and round. And just keep stretching out through the front of the hip. And reverse the circles. Keep the reach out of the hip into the glutes. The key here is to keep that lower back long. If you feel anything in your lower back, I want you to just make sure you're supporting the lower back by drawing that stomach in, or putting a little rolled up towel under your hips can also help. Bring the heels together, reach it long, lower the legs down, push yourself up and sit back on your heels and just allow yourself to rest for a moment. And bring the forehead to the knees and the tailbone down to the heels. Okay. And then slowly coming up to seated. Let's finish with some seated side bends. So we're going to do mermaid to finish. So if you pop your foot just on top of your hip, on top of your knee, and we're going to take the left arm up, and we're going to come up and over and just lower that right elbow towards the mat. Straight line with the arm. Lifting the rib cage, square the chest. Lengthening up the spine to come all the way over, create that space in the spine, and we're going to take the other side stretch. So reaching over, let the elbow lower down towards the mat for that ultimate side bend. Feeling the reach out of that long gesturing arm, chest open. Good, come up, try and remain equal on both sides of the sit bones. Let's do 1 more, draw the shoulder into the back, elbow comes towards the mat, long arm. Now press into that opposite sit bone so that both sides stay equal. Come up, nice long arm. Take another side bend. Now straight arm, shoulders relaxed, elbow drops in. Lift that rib cage up, straight arm, both sides of the waistline nice and long. Good. Come up and we'll just change the leg position. So I'm going to bring my other foot now round to the front. So I'm trying to sit as square as I can on my hips. And I start with my arm coming over, side bend over, dropping the elbow towards the mat, reach it long. Good. Finding that